Samuel Stearns, aka the leader, a man who exposed to gamma radiation had his body augmented as he was changed and given greater intellect, his cranium growing in size, allowing him to have a greater form of knowledge and understanding, achieving feats superhuman. Of course, as you would expect, when someone gains this type of power, you would think that they would use it to the utmost of their abilities for the benefit and for the good of mankind, but Samuel Stearns had a different philosophy. You see, Samuel was an ambitious man, a man that was driven, a man who saw himself above others. He believed that in a world that lacked order, in a world that lacked direction, he would be that guiding compass. He would be that North Star. He would be the leader to the leaderless. But of course, with a great mind and with a great intellect, people couldn't understand him. They couldn't rationalize his mind and thinking. He was thinking moves ahead, seeing the bigger picture, and people couldn't keep up. So he had to take matters into his own hands. But he was doing it for the greater good. They would all see in time, right? Well, in the 90s were a crazy time for everyone. He thought that he could start a revolution. Samuel tried to lead a certain rebellion, tried to take over the United States, and he would have gotten away with it. In fact, he almost did. The only thing that stopped him was that Samuel got a little overzealous. You see, for his plan to succeed, he had to remove any potential non-factors off of the board, any threat. And he viewed Yujiro Hanma as a threat. Now, among all of his decisions, the dumbest one he could have made was going after Yujiro Hanma. Of course, for Yujiro, it was more amusing than anything else. Fighting against the leader, every trap, every contraption, everything that he threw at him, it was amusing. And once he was defeated and captured, Yujiro figured he'd gotten a good laugh out of it. So you would imagine his surprise when he was freed from the raft by none other than Yujiro Hanma, the very man who was responsible for him being there. And of course, if he wanted to, he could have escaped whenever. You believe him, right? He could have gotten out whenever he wanted to. He was just biding his time because, well, what was the rush? With a mind like his, why waste it? He was admiring the architecture of the raft. That's what he was doing. He wasn't just gonna break out for no reason. And then when Yujiro made this offer to fight his son, no, he's not asking him to fight. He's asking him to educate. Yes, that's what Yujiro is doing. Yujiro has seen the light. Yujiro was intellectually stimulated when they clashed in the 90s. That's what Stern thought. Yujiro was impressed by his intellect. He was impressed to meet someone who was his superior in the mind. And he wanted his son to have that experience. He was being a loving father. Yes, that was truly brilliant. I mean, he would have come up with it a long time ago. Because only a loving father would give their son a true challenge, not with their fist, but with their mind. Anyone can swing a hammer, but it takes a smart man to break that hammer down atom by atom and then rebuild it into something new. It takes a real mind to take a piece of garbage and turn it into the Mona Lisa. And that was his opportunity. The leader was now back in the world, and he was ready to make an impact. Of course, he wasn't going to rush into things like everyone else had done. The Rhino, Creel, that thing Zax, that amalgamation of electricity. No, he had a plan. And now it was time to execute. But before they did that, there was a need for an interview. A face-to-face, champion and challenger. On the day of the interview, Kozu, who had already gotten her dress out, making sure that she was lovely and presentable, was standing in front of the mirror with Baki as she straightened his tie. You have to make sure that you look your best for this, Baki. You are the representing world champion of the Metahuman Federation. But you hate that I'm champion of the Metahuman Federation, Baki would say. Of course I do. I don't really care about you fighting. I don't really understand any of it. But if this is what you're going to do, then I expect you to be at your best. And please, try to behave. I know you can get animated and get riled up. Something about the cameras and promos and stuff. But seriously, you don't want to cause a scene. But that's what the people love. Come on, babe. You know how it is. It's all about the entertainment. I gotta sell the fight, if you will. I gotta really make it seem like I hate this guy. But do you hate this guy? I mean, I don't even know this guy. He's just someone from my dad's past. It's got nothing to do with me. That's what I'm worried about. Your father's just making all of his past problems your problem. Our problem. Don't worry, baby. All these problems are going to be a thing of the past very soon. I'm halfway there. Once I run through this stupid gauntlet, kick my old man's ass, I take over this company, I destroy this company, we go off and celebrate an early retirement. And no one's ever going to bother us again. You promise? I promise. Okay, good. Come on, we don't want to be late. A short ride later, Baki would arrive to the building for the interview. Fans were gathered all over as the commentary teams were waiting in anticipation as the world champion made his way in, holding the championship belt high. The people would cheer in exasperation. The cameras were rolling as Baki would take his seat, the interviewee waiting as the challenger was yet to make his appearance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the interview of the century, as it's being called. And this is ahead of the challenge for the Metahuman Federation World Heavyweight Championship. Already in studio, we have first the champion, the Immortal Hulk, Baki Hanma, everyone. Baki would raise his hand in the air, smiling to the crowd, holding his belt up high and mightily, waiting on as the challenger was yet to make his debut. But there was a pause. The lights would go out. A spotlight would appear on the other side as the door would open. Ladies and gentlemen, hold your applause. It's only fair that the man of the hour should arrive fashionably late. After all, I am who you've come to see. I know. Ladies, contain yourself. Men, keep your jealousy intact. I know you see something as big as this brain and you think to yourself, damn, I wish I had something a fraction of that size. The leader said as he strutted down the aisle, looking towards Baki, a grin gesturing on his green face as he took his seat across on the other side. Now, let's get down to business. Champion, I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, you too. I'm glad you can make it. Of course you are. I know that you would be very disappointed if I didn't show up. I know that I've been on your mind for a while now. Yes, sir. Everyone, this is Mr. Samuel Stearns, the leader, Stearns would say. Your leader, your future leader. Thank you very much. Now, let's cut through the dribble and let's get down to business here, Stern would say as he kicked his feet up. This has been a fight years in the making, a fight that was written in the stars. But which stars? Well, I could tell you, but in the end, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't fully grasp what I'm trying to convey, because my mind, it goes and it goes and it goes. And I'm so sorry that I leave you all in the proverbial dust at every waking moment, but do believe when I say that what Baki and I have, what we are going to create, it's truly going to be something that is magical. It's going to be something that is revolutionary. What we are going to do for the Meta-Human Federation, it's going to be something that changes the business, that changes the game. So if you haven't subscribed, then personally, you're an idiot. And if you're already subscribed, then you're only half the idiot that I know you are, because it means that you understand the importance of witnessing history, the history of what will happen when I, Samuel Stearns, the leader, when I expose the Hanmas for what they are, when I vindicate myself, and I'm going to show you what true power is. That power lies not in the hand, not in the fist. It lies in your mind. That is where your power is. Your power comes from your brain, from when you can discern, from when you think. Have you all not heard that the pen is mightier than the sword? And with my tongue, when I issue forth my words, my decree, what I speak, it's prophetic in a way. And so I just want to thank you all for being here, because now we can put this career to rest, the career of Baki Hanma. And I do hope, Baki, that you will sit at my feet, that you will sit under my learning tree, and you will drink my knowledge. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much. Is this sparkling water? Exquisite. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Samuel Stearns, everyone, the leader. Baki, we would like to ask you as the champion, what are your thoughts going into your match against Mr. Stearns here? Someone who was handpicked by your father as one of your opponents in this gauntlet. You have to imagine that for someone of his caliber and talents, he's going to have something prepared for you that's going to be unorthodox, to say the least. Baki would clear his throat. Yes, Mr. Stearns here likes to brag, and for good reason. He's got a big brain, and with a big brain, I guess it means he has big intelligence, but Seeing as how he's a man that's never graduated college, I don't know, maybe they just didn't have enough coloring books that were up to his standards, Baki would say with a grin, causing some of the audience to laugh. I'm aware of what Mr. Stearns has done in this world, and I understand that he is a very capable individual. But as a wise man once said, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And it's very clear to me that in Mr. Stearns' illustrious career, he's clearly never been punched in the face enough. Oh, I would beg to differ there. But the only difference is I actually learn. You see, when you get punched, all you gain is a whole lot of CTE and, I don't know, loss of motor functions. I actually learn. And it's not like I've ever been defeated. So what defeats do I have to learn from? No, I learn from experience. In experience, it can be both pleasant and painful. And I don't think you grasp that, Baki. You see, you're a lot like your father. You're a lot like your brother. You're just a meathead Neanderthal who goes around fighting using your gamma power, just like me, only instead of enriching your mind, you engorge your body. You feed off of your unpleasant emotions. It's quite sickening, actually. It's disturbing. It's perturbed to me that this is what you do to yourself, and you have the nerve to call yourself a world champion. What exactly are you a world champion of? You're a world champion of fighting mentally ill individuals. You've never had to fight someone like me, someone who knows what you're going to do. I've studied you, Baki. I know you inside and out. I know you better than you know yourself. I know you so well. I know what move you're going to make before you make it. I know what you're thinking. I know what's on your mind. And I know that deep down in your heart of hearts, you're shitting your pants right now because you don't know what I'm capable of. You can't even fathom an ounce of the strategy that I've got cooked up waiting just for you. You see, you lost this fight the moment I stepped out of my captivity. And it's not even your fault because your brain, it's so undeveloped, and it's not just because you're a child. You could live for 1,000 years and you'd still never amount to being even an ounce of the man that I am. But then again, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I blame your father. But your father has made the wise decision because he has put you in direct path with me. You see, your father has decided that you need proper education, and I am the one who will give you that education when we face each other. But I wouldn't even call it much of a fight. No, it's going to be an intellectual spanking. You see, I am going to do to your brain what you do to the human body. Think about all of the pain, the anguish, the turmoil that you inflict on others, and imagine what I will do to your brain. I am going to make you feel, Baki. I'm going to make you feel. I'm going to make you feel the true inadequacy of your mind. I am going to make you realize that there is a difference between people like you and people like me. I'm going to make you, and what exactly do you mean about people like me? You're right, there is a difference between people like you and people like me, because people like me are actually winners. You see, Mr. Stearns, what I find to be very, very disrespectful is that I'm actually compared to you. Or no, rather, it's the fact that you have the nerve to compare yourself to me, a wannabe loser who never accomplished anything, couldn't even take over a country because you had the nerve to pick a fight with my father when he wasn't even looking for you. For a smart man, you made a very poor decision, and that poor decision cost you nearly 30 years of your life. And you can dress it up however you want. You can call it whatever you want, but let's just call it like it is. All right? The facts are, you got your ass beat. You got your ass beat, you got thrown in a prison cell, and you sat there like a good little boy for over 30 years because you knew that if you so much as stepped a foot out of line, there was a Hanma foot that was ready to be planted firmly in your ass. You call yourself the leader. The leader of what? The leader of nothing. You lead nothing because there is no one who will follow behind you. You lead with empty words and empty promises. And you can spout on and on and on. And I allow you to because personally, I find you amusing for what it's worth. Truly, you're entertaining. You're very, very entertaining. But when the bell rings, all of that goes out the window. When the bell rings, I remind you how much of an insignificant loser that you really are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care how big your brain is. I'll break all your toys. I'll break your face. I'll break your heart. And I'll break your spirits. And you will take all of those broken things with you. I will give them to you. But the one thing that you will not take is this world championship, because to actually take this world championship from me, it means you have to be better than me, and the facts are simply that you are not. Now, I'm sure you got something cooked up just for me, and I can't wait to see it, because I got something for you. I used my brain powers, and I came up with your future. Here's how it's going to go. I'm going to smash, I'm going to bash, and I'm going to break everything that you love. You're going to be left shitting your pants and pissing yourself. Then I'm going to punch you in the face. And I am going to reduce the leader to being the bitch. And you will just be a stepping stone. And you will just be another failure. You will become a trivia question. You will be, and I quote, who was the fourth man that Baki defeated in his gauntlet on his way to fighting Yujiro Hanma? And the answer will be, ding, 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 Samuel Stearns. So congratulations. You want to be a part of history? You'll be a part of my history. And when I'm done, I will leave you in the past to be forgotten. That's cute. That's cute, kid. Tell me, how long were you practicing that in the mirror, huh? Did you scribble it down on your index cards with the crayons? Did you make sure that you studied it right in front of your cute little girlfriend? Did she give you a thumbs up afterwards? Ooh, yeah, I saw that. Got a little flinch, huh? Yeah, you talk all big and bad, but you're still just a dumb teenager who can't think with your other head. You gotta think with the one that's between your legs, right? Right? Let me guess. Huh? You found the first girl that'll give you some and you think you're special? No, you're not special. You're only special because you carry that piece of gold around your waist. And the moment that it's gone, she will be gone for the next best thing. Now, don't worry. I have no need for someone like her under any circumstances. I am a proper adult. But I'm sure that there's someone who's gonna love to have those sloppy seconds. What the fuck did you just say to me? Baki was getting angry as security had to hold him back. Nah, what? You want to call her? I will kill you, Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. See that? I got you riled up already. This is going to be fun. I am going to embarrass you, Baki Hanma. I am going to expose you for who you truly are. You are not the immortal Hulk. No, my friend. There's nothing immortal about you. You're quite mortal. Because I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill your title reign. And I'm going to kill any hopes that you ever had of getting to Yujiro Hanma. And let me make this very clear. This has nothing to do with you. Because quite frankly, I could give a damn about the offspring of Yujiro. I only care about the bastard that got in my way 30 years ago. Yujiro, you big red son of a bitch, Samuel said, looking into the camera. You want me to fight your brat? Fine, I'll do it. But once I'm done with him, I got something specially cooked up for you. I'm going to take my pound of flesh, and I am going to exact 30 years worth of revenge. You don't know the fury that I have had welling up inside of me. But you will. I'm not playing any games anymore, Yujiro. This farce of a competition, this farce of a company, I am going to burn it to the ground. I got a list, and everyone that's on it is going to pay. Yujiro, Samson, Thaddeus, or should I say Mr. President? I know you're watching this too. I know you're keeping track of me. Don't worry. You and we're going to have a face-to-face very soon. And I hope you're keeping my seat warm, because when I come back, I'm taking what's rightfully mine. I am taking the country that is rightfully mine. And that's just the start. Because once I go there, I want the world. I want the whole world and everything in it. Because it's obvious that you and every other moron that leads every other nation don't know how to lead properly. Well, don't worry. You won't have to wait any longer, because soon you will all bask in the glory of your leader. Baki looked to the leader angrily as Kozu and the others tried to settle him down. And he looked back to Baki with a smile. I'll see you soon, kid. Real soon. In the meantime, the president was watching this display, knowing full well that things were only going to go from bad to worse. We're going to be moving forward with Project A-Bomb. I was afraid you were going to say that, Doc Sampson said. Do you have any finalists? We do. I have the list for you here. I believe that these specimens will be to your liking. Some have actually come through willingly. This is a surprise, Thaddeus said. I didn't think he'd want to be involved in this. Well, sir, the world is changing. The only way you can fight a monster is to become a monster. And there are those who are willing. Muhammad Ali Jr. I used to watch his father back in the day. He was pretty good. Well, sir, if things turn out the way they hope, Pretty soon, he'll float like a butterfly and sting like a bomb. This concludes Baki the Immortal Grappler, What If Baki Was the Hulk? Season 1, Part 7. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and everything else that we have to offer, then please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for post notifications so you can stay up to date on everything that is PowerCore Productions and Podcastings that has to come out now and in the future. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video as we continue with Baki the Immortal Grappler, What If Baki Was the Hulk? Season 1, Part 8. But anyway, that's going to do it for the end of today's video. I'm Javon Harrington with PowerCore Productions and Podcastings, signing off, and I'll see you next time.